cops decided to shoot an unarmed black man because they assumed he robbed a bank. I kid you not. Put up the picture full mass. This is a hell of a story. According to a federal lawsuit filed March 7th by a representative of Emmanuel Jacquez Clark Johnson's estate, 30-year-old Clark Johnson was fatally shot in the back November 19, 2022 by a Portland police officer while running away during a response to an armed robbery call. He was left to bleed out for nearly 30 minutes and later died at a hospital. The lawsuit accuses the officer who shot Clark Johnson with an AR-15 rifle and the city of Portland, Oregon, of excessive force, negligence for failing to provide emergency medical care, and wrongful death. According to the lawsuit, several Portland Police Bureau officers responded to a call of an attempted robbery of a person parked at a fast food restaurant shortly after midnight on November 19th, 2022, and were informed that the suspects were white. Do you hear me, ladies and gentlemen? They were told, hey, you're looking for some white guys, not black people. The victim told the 911 dispatcher that 3 to 4 white men were involved in the robbery, and they left in a sedan heading west on Powell Boulevard, end quote. The victim was only able to describe the gunman as a white man wearing a ski mask and a black hoodie. The victim provided no further description of any of the suspects other than they were, quote, definitely white men, end quote. Officers then followed a vehicle without probable cause that its occupants were involved in the robbery and approached it after the car with multiple people stopped in a church's parking lot. The officer or officers attempted a high-risk felony stop, according to the report of the non-running vehicle that Clark Johnson was standing near in the parking lot. According to the lawsuit, which claims the officers wrongly and unreasonably believed this car was involved, end quote, in an attempted robbery attempt about 20 minutes prior. When officers approached while Clark Johnson stood near the driver's door, he ran off, and a Portland officer shot him in the back. That's according to the lawsuit. Another passenger, Damon Dubois, a black male, also ran from the police. I would too. They're just shooting black people in the back. Clark Johnson's attorney says there was also a white woman and a white man who were in near the parked car, the complaint stated. Audio recording of the shooting reveals the officer fired 3 shots, and the one that hit Clark Johnson lacerated his small bowel, his mesentery, his left kidney, and his liver, and then exited through his abdomen. The plaintiffs say Clark Johnson failed and called for help as he bled profusely. His cries are heard by the police. His cries are also heard by nearby residents who, quote, were it not for police presence, would have provided first aid and gotten him in an ambulance. After Clark Johnson was shot, the police left him to lay on the concrete parking lot while in pain and bleeding out for 26 minutes before providing any medical attention at all. The police prevented would-be Good Samaritans from helping Clark Johnson with his life-threatening injuries. Does that sound familiar to you? According to the suit, attorneys claim the officer in the city violated Clark Johnson's Fourth Amendment rights. Under the circumstances of this case, a high-risk felony stop transformed the stop into an arrest under the Fourth Amendment of the United States Constitution. The officers had no probable cause or reasonable suspicion to believe that any person in or standing around this car was involved in the attempted robbery at the Super Deluxe. The Associated Press reported that according to a memo summarizing the account, the county district attorney's office investigation, officers believe the car matched a similar description to the car that was used in the robbery, and they saw it driving recklessly. One officer said to have thought Clark Johnson had a gun, but it was discovered during the investigation that he was in fact unarmed. And video from the restaurant where the robbery happened showed Clark Johnson's car was never, not even close to being involved in the robbery. In addition to what happened to Clark Johnson, the lawsuit outlines several other cases where Portland Police Bureau officers did not render aid soon after a person was injured, including an incident in December 2010, during which officers shot a man and did not allow emergency medical aid to be given to him for 84 minutes. The county grand jury found last August that officers' use of force against Clark Johnson was not criminal. The Portland Police Bureau is currently headed by Chief Bob Day on the left, who was sworn in October 11, 2023. Portland's mayor is Ted Willow on the right. Both Portland Police and the city mayor's office said they do not comment on pending litigation. Negligence? I think not. I think intentional criminal activity here. And this whole story about, oh my goodness, the car matched the description or the people they assumed were part of the robbery. I believe that's a cover story to what looks like a murder. All right, Ida, thoughts?
Well, if you read about Portland and Oregon, you know that they were not very welcoming of Black people. And not that anyone was, but the reason why you don't see many Black people in Portland, which I've been learning about and as of recently, is because there was a penance to pay if you were Black and in Portland, right? They had slash laws or the lash laws. So they have a very serious problem with anti-Blackness and white supremacy and anti-Black behavior. And when you hear about this stuff, you're not surprised. But what do you do is my question, because I'm solutions based. What do we tell our children? What do we tell our young brothers, our young Black brothers and sisters? Don't be out past midnight. Don't be sitting in the parking lot. Don't pull over in the middle of the street if ain't nobody else around. How many rules do we have to issue our children and our young brothers and sisters? Not even young. Sterling was an older man. What do we tell Black people in order for them to be safe and not to be publicly executed because a white person is a racist, uncomfortable, scared, or whatever it is? At what point? What do we tell them? What do we do now? Like women, don't get pulled over. Make sure you go to a lit place. There's a high level of sexual assault amongst law enforcement. If you're a Black woman, you can get beat up. What do we tell people? What are we to do? Because if you're sitting in a parking lot with your friends just chilling and end up dying, getting shot in the back, there is nothing you can do.
You know, it is a sad reality. It is a sad reality. You make a prolific point. And here's what I say, and this is something that I say to groups routinely. Don't fix the criminal justice system, break it. You see, the criminal justice system is operating as it was designed to operate in order to make you a villain. If you are not one of the selected ones, you are a villain. You are simply disposable to them. Don't fix that system. You have to break that system. Stop feeding the machine. How do we stop feeding the machine? By making sure we have elected individuals who believe in our policies in charge of these cities, because a police chief is appointed by the mayor and council. Making sure that you have attorney generals who are elected by people willing to prosecute police officers and not afraid of them because of their uniform or fancy unions. This is how you start it. And also encouraging those who are right-minded when it comes to law enforcement and criminal justice reform to join them. Join them in order to change it, because the culture of policing has to transform. And you do not transform a culture like this through sensitivity training. You have to transfer those individuals out, which means they have to recruit good individuals in.